family is going to talk for a few minutes on wanting to hold our sons and hold our mother. And the subject that the Lord gave me was precious vessels. It's found in John 19, verses 25 to 27. But verse 26 says, "When Jesus therefore saw his mother and the disciples standing by whom he loved, he said unto his mother, Woman, behold thy son. Then said he to the disciples, Behold thy mother. And from that hour that disciple took her unto his own home." Now when I first read this, the first question I asked myself was, where was Joseph? Joseph was there from the beginning. He knew about Mary and her being, pregnant from the beginning. But where was he now as Jesus was getting ready to die? So the Lord was saying that he had already served his purpose. He was only a seasonal purpose in the life of Jesus. And his season was just up. And God was just saying that we need to let go of some of these seasonal people. Some people are in your life just to make you angry, just to see what's on the inside of you. God is trying to show some of us how to love. So he'll send a mother in your life that shows love greater just so he can see you and what's on the inside of you. The love disciple took the charge of taking care of his mother. God has precious vessels that he has given each and every one of us charge over. Sometimes we call them God's children, we call them nieces and nephews. But God has those vessels and they come to us for invited. But he's given us charge over them for a season. So we are to watch over them. And the Bible says that from that hour, that disciple took her unto his own home, meaning that he was obedient from that hour on for the rest of Mary's life. He took her into her own home. He took care of her. Now, this is the job that normally went to the oldest son, but we don't know why James wasn't chosen. We don't know why any of his other brothers were not chosen. We just know that God chose his beloved disciple to take care of Mom. And Mom was taken care of for the rest of his life. Now you have to understand that Calvary was a place of war. In battle, you have the front line, and they go forth, and they bleed and they suffer. And then when it seems like they're losing, here come the horns blowing, and here comes the cavalry. So we look at the Old Testament, and we look at how Moses went before them, and the prophets Isaiah and Jeremiah went before them. They were the front line, and here comes Jesus coming from behind as the cavalry, waging that final war against sin, against death, against shame. So we have Jesus on his cross, and he battled for hours, yet he made sure that the precious vessel Mary was taken care of. He took time out of his suffering to make sure that each and every one of us was taken care of. Because the testimony that Mary had was one that only she could really tell. Only she experienced what it was like to be found, and all of a sudden I'm pregnant with this purpose with this child. She was the only one that could really see, she had experienced it for herself. So Jesus saw fit to help take care of her, to preserve her testimony enough so that somebody else can hear and believe. God bless you.
Amen.